All right, all right. You know what time it is. It's Thursday night, live in the Counselor's Corner. We're going to be having another cocktail conversations tonight, Thursday, April 8th. Herb Lewis, the Big Bad Wolf, and I, David Lorenzo Glover, a.k.a. the Controversial Counselor, will be hosting another cocktail conversation, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. It would only be right if we finished up the conversation from Monday night. I don't like to leave stuff incomplete, so I felt the need. Sometimes we just go on, we push on, we might not get through all the talking points, but I said that was a nice flowing conversation to hear different people's perspectives. So we're gonna carry that on tonight. We had discussed dating complications, so our plans tonight is to take it to the next level. Finishing up the survey. Are you ready for the next level? Also, people, please like and share the video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. All of this stuff helped. It's growing behind the scenes. I see it on a regular basis, especially in the group, the Counselor's Corner. I could tell you it's been like a 25% increase in the membership, and actually in the Counselor's Corner, before the ratio was 80-20 with 80 women and 20% men. Now it's the men are slowly coming up. It's like 75-25. So that just shows you put out the content, you put in the work, people will start receiving it. So tonight, like I said, what's on the agenda to finish the rest of the questions from Are You Ready for the Next Level? And just it's going to be interesting to hear the panel's response to these questions and just have a free-flowing conversation. What else is new? Man, I tell you, man. Remember I said, we're going to have the whole, it's going to be 200 kids in the building. Man, things is not the same. I was just talking to my co-workers today, and I was like, can we get some drama up in here? I miss when my door's halfway crack, a kid busts in, cussing, ranting, and raving. Now it's only like 5 or 6 kids in the class. They sitting there with their little plexiglass little things, and it's just, and I go in there to cover classes, and I'm like, this is not the same. This is not the same. So I never thought I would say, I want some smoke. Kids, if you're listening, I know y'all not, but I wish you would. Someone start up an argument that I have to come get y'all, and y'all can come to my office. Wait a minute. I only can have one kid in my office at a time. Damn, that ruins that. So I guess if it's a couple kids, I have to take them to the auditorium. It's some spacious place, and we have to be 6 feet apart, and we can't have no nice, intimate conversations. Oh, boy. I don't know how long this is going to last, but from the looks of it, people keep saying, I don't know if it's going to be, I don't think all the kids is going to be back in September. I don't know. That's just on my mind. So enough of that. We always come back to that. Herb, man, what's happening, man? What's good? What's going on in your world?
Well, the irony of the topic of today, the continuation, an update, the struggle continues, the whole, I don't want to move in, or I don't want nobody to move in. We can do this, separate homes, and I'm not down for that. So, she's questioning whether or not she's ready for the next step. So, we're gonna find out what the future holds. It's I guess I'm in a holding pattern to speak. Wait and see. I don't know, man, but it's it's kind of touch and go. So we'll see where it goes. But on a brighter note, I get to roll with my AAU team over the weekend. So there's that to look forward to.
Yeah, spending time with the kids in that type of setting when you have a nice little ride and you can talk and share little stories and stuff, and kind of have them at your mercy because they don't got no choice to live. Well, I guess they could have on their phones and their earbuds and all that stuff, tuning it out. But if it's opportunity, y'all say, everybody put their stuff away, we're going to conversate for an hour. Whatever the case
absolutely.
is, you could hold them hostage in regards to that. But So let me get this right. I got to go back to you. So she doesn't know if she wants to move in with you. You're willing and like, okay, let's settle down. And now she's playing games like she don't know if she's ready.
Yeah, man. That's that's the vibe, and that's what she's telling me. So, I can't really force her. I'm not. I've always said to myself, the ideal situation to bring about a life, would be typically, ideally under one roof. But you know, she has her own thoughts and ways, and
Sounds like you
you
got to
might have to
move in
fight the
with
good
her.
fight.
Sounds like she.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't want it either way.
Oh, whoa, wow.
What can you as a man do?
That's really nothing. Like you said, you can't hijack and force nobody. I mean, I guess you can preach to the choir, whatever the case is, and give her reasons why she should move in. But if she's used to her independence and like maybe never lived with a guy and say I want to be the captain of my own ship, then hey, just keep us posted. So I got a couple of the ladies in the studio. I'm gonna let them in, and once I let them in, we're gonna tackle this subject and get through it tonight. Girly girl, she might be on studio. I'm gonna let them in. She got her thing.
She's got the YouTube point. Yeah.
Unmuted that. Okay. Girly girl, you with us?
Yeah.
Unmuted that. Okay. I gotta move on. Anita, how you doing?
Hi. Doing great.
That's good. That's good.
How
Good
y'all
evening,
doing?
lady.
I'm doing good.
Hi. Good evening.
No complaints. Springtime has
Damn time.
finally arrived, and hey, it's good. Okay, you unmuted now. Rebecca, how you doing?
Hey, Anita.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hold up.
How you doing?
Said, Rebecca, how you doing? I guess she ain't speaking to us tonight. Wow. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Hey, Lakia, how you doing?
Hello, everyone. How you doing tonight?
Good evening.
Hi.
I'm good. I'm feeling a little offended. Rebecca ain't speaking to me and Herb tonight, I guess.
What y'all done did?
Huh?
Born with an
What y'all
XY
do?
chromosome
I
or
ain't do
chromosome.
nothing. I ain't do nothing that I thought. I'm just speaking.
Mind your fucking business. That ain't got nothing to do with it.
Ooh,
Whoa.
do I need to get my popcorn out? Let me get my popcorn out tonight. Wait
Yeah,
a
I can
minute.
see it already starting
I
up.
need some snacks. I need
we coming in on a positive note.
some snacks for this.
All right. We go. Well, first of all, does any of you ladies got anything that y'all want to say prior to we pick up from the survey from the other night? Anything on your mind? Good, bad, or indifferent?
Well, I'm bad. I'm bad. Herb, I'm sad to hear that you're going through that, honestly. That you find yourself and you guys that are having this issue with trying to figure out who's gonna live, the living conditions and you having a baby on the way. That's part of life, But I pray that works out for you guys and make the best decision for the child, because number one, that's what it's about. And but I'm just happy for you. I really am genuinely happy for you. I hope you know that, because it's bringing a child into the world is serious, and to me, it's a gift. So I'm just happy for you.
Appreciate it.
somebody got a phone and computer going on, you have to mute something.
Yeah. So I'm just happy for you. So it's like a delay. So someone's Facebook is playing at the same time as StreamYard.
Yeah.
So you might want to mute your Facebook.
The laptop is doing something funny. Y'all keep circling in and out. So I just turned up the volume on my phone so I could hear. But I turned it down.
All right. Anita, anything you got, any burning desires in your mind, good, bad, or indifferent?
No, not really. I was just sitting here listening to a song by Tyga. It was nasty. Oh my goodness. It was on Pandora. That's all. I never heard that song before. So I walked into the bedroom on that song. I was like, what is on the TV? It's kind of funny. Caught me by surprise.
Okay. Rebecca, you got any burning desires?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna move along and go on with this survey because I wanted to complete it. So we had left off in just looking through my notes. Don't mind me. I thought I was organized. Here we go. We left off with question number 5. So, and that question was, most men fall in love faster than women, but also fall out of love faster. 60% said false, and 40% said true. So men fall in love faster, but fall out of love faster. And how does that work? How does that work? Herb, I'm gonna pass it to you. I'm gonna give you this opportunity. What's your take on that?
I think that's going to vary by the man and more importantly the situation. And the reason why I say that is this: you can have a lot of men who become easily attached, and the rule of thumb is that depending on the level of physical intimacy in the guy, some guys get wrapped up in that quicker, some guys don't. So you factor that and couple that with what he's doing, what the relationship is, and what he sees the potential for the relationship becoming, really is going to dictate how quickly he falls in love, because men and women don't love the same way. And I'll probably catch some flack for, well, what are you talking about? We're all the same, and we don't love for the same reason. Men tend to love women for what she is, and women tend to love men for what they can do for her. So it's the old adage, men, we're wired, we're hardwired to be protectors, providers. Women are nurturers, and that's just what we are. There's no way around the evolution of just humanity. That's just what we do. So if a man is allowed to fall in, if you will, to his natural, or to what should be natural to him, it could probably hasten the process. So I mean, like I said, it's going to be dependent upon the person and the situation.
Okay. Any ladies want to chime in on that?
Yeah, I think men fall in love faster based off what they see. I disagree with what you say about women, but I think men, they have this image, they see this woman, beautiful, and they immediately want to fall in love, and then she starts talking. And then she starts sharing her baggage, or then she starts sharing things that you like seem attractive, and then it's like you turn. So, and men are less forgivable. They're not as forgivable as women are. So that's my opinion when it comes to why men fall out of love so fast.
You want the garbage on?
Excuse me.
That's a good point when you think about, I guess, Kid said men being unforgivable. I guess sometimes with that, we could be hard on that, like to not to forgive is easy. So if you're not willing to forgive, then you're eventually saying to yourself, I'm trying to fall out of love. I don't want this anymore. If you're not going to be open-minded to forgive. So, that's a good point as far as that. Not saying that's the standard for everybody. Remember, it's not the absolutes, but I think that's an outstanding point.
So, from my perspective, I think in general, women fall in love faster, but it depends on timing as well. If the guy is vulnerable and open to it, and there's the chemistry there, I think he will fall in love faster. But I don't agree with, maybe I misunderstood when Herbert said that women, we fall in love with what men can do for us. I don't understand what he was referring to, but if it was like materialistic stuff, I disagree about that. If it was protection, safety, and security, I do agree with that. And I think once a woman stops fussing, we stop caring. So if I'm fussing, I probably care.
I heard that before too. Like when people stop talking or not saying anything, you pretty much they're done. And that may go on both sides, men and women. And when you're going back and forth, and you questioning and trying to rationalize and figure out what's going on, but when somebody stopped talking, I guess they feel ain't shit to talk about. I'm done. It's done. So when you get to that point, I guess that is true. I'm interested that Brolic T, you said 60% are in denial. Talk to me about that.
It's true. Men fall in love first, and they fall in love faster because before they even get to know a woman, they fall in love with her appearance, and they make up this idea in their head about what a woman is like or what she might be about. And it's not until they actually have a conversation with her that they actually learn about her or anything about her, and they discover whether she meets the imagination that the image that they built up of this woman, or she doesn't. And that determines whether he maintains his interest in her or not. So men fall in love faster, and they certainly fall out of love faster. Why? Because men have this idea in their head, which to a point is true, that they have options. Because there are certainly more women in this world than there are men. So they fall in a lot of love faster because as far as most men are concerned, a woman is replaceable.
So somebody, what's her name? Jessaray, I don't want to butcher your name. Latte.
No, that's correct.
She said,
You're correct.
Please define falling out of love. Is love something you can remove?
It's a feeling that you can stop sharing towards a person.
Okay. Anybody else with
Something
that?
that can most certainly be replaced with another feeling.
It's true.
Like, every time I gotta look at you, I don't want you sleeping next to me. You sleep in the spare room. I don't even want to look at you.
You done gave my dick away to some other chick. As far as I'm concerned, we ain't got nothing else to talk about.
Let me go back to Nita, and I've been brought this on the other day. Why the hell do men got to be put out the bed and got to sleep on the couch or the extra room, the twin bed, or whatever the case is? Why is that? I know it.
I didn't say
You guys are the ones that leave the bed first.
Huh?
Right. I didn't say that he has to, but I sure don't want him sleeping next to me. So if he chooses
on the couch.
David, I'm talking.
I got you. I hear you. I'm sorry for being rude.
No, so if he wants to continue sleeping in the main bedroom, I ain't staying there. I have 2 extra bedrooms that I can sleep in. I have a couch that I don't mind sleeping on, whatever. But if I look at him like, he probably ain't gonna want to sleep in my bed because he probably ain't gonna want to because he's gonna feel awkward and uncomfortable.
Yeah, nobody likes to be
So I'm not
uncomfortable. You
saying
know that.
he always gotta sleep in on the couch, whatever. But what?
I said that's if he gives enough care to notice, because some men don't care about your feelings.
That's true. And my ex willingly stopped sleeping in the bed with me in our bedroom. And he made the spare bedroom his bedroom. And I was like, that's fine with me, because every time I look at you, nothing good comes out of your mouth. And I'm just like, ugh, what happened? But it wasn't all me. It was mostly him. And when I do something wrong, I do take the blame for it, and I am apologetic about it, and I do try to, rectify the situation. But in that case, no. Nope. He fell out of love. He said I gained to be honest, he said he was not sexually attracted to me anymore because I gained too much weight. I'm like, I'm 5 pounds more than I was when we met, and I don't see you going to the gym. So he gained more weight than I did. So, and yeah, we just grew apart, and every time I looked at him, I was like, oh, how could you talk to me like that? How could you think about me like that?
Man, know what? Man could be so damn insensitive if if a woman gained a few pounds to come out and say that. Some of us must be a great bill of health or whatever the case is. To say stuff like, "Oh, you gained a few pounds. I'm not attracted to you anymore." Dead
Not
ass
even
wrong.
attracted. Sexually.
Then I don't
Like,
I don't think that was real love. Then that wasn't based off. Like I said earlier, men go off what they see at first, and then something turns them off, and then they run. As soon as they get turned off, they run. And with women, we're more forgiving.
So, like I always say, so you agree that a lot of men like to travel the path of least resistance?
That could be it, yeah, because they sure do. As soon as they feel any type of, I don't know, they just can't make a decision. I think men what's the way I want to put it? It's a certain way I want to put this. When I think about men, they don't want to commit to something, and they will find reason, even when they're double time. When they do, like you just said, Anita, they do the same thing, or they gain just as much weight or more. You say something, or they'll tell you not to do something a certain way, but they just did it the same way, but it was okay when they did it. They always try to find some type of reason to disregard you or try to make you feel less than. And I just feel like with any woman, a man that appreciates and really loves a woman, he's not going to do that. He's not going to try to make her feel less than. He's going to validate her as she validates him, and just keep things cool and, just open and relaxed or whatever, just keep it good. And for the most part, I see that men run, especially when now it's starting to get summertime, all this tail about to be shaken out. They're going to be, you never know what's going to, they want somebody for convenience, not for a lifetime. So if the one that's for a lifetime, they're going to look past all that, the nonsense.
Well, tell your lady friends to stop wearing them sundresses with no drawers on. Tell them to stop doing that. Some of these men cannot handle that.
In this case, he was just narcissistic, and we were together for a few years, but in this particular case, that ended like a couple years ago. But he was narcissistic, and he was opportunist. So basically, I was a stepping stone. We didn't know that to begin with, but at the end of the relationship, I was like, oh, I just looked at him in a whole different way.
Two things. That begs, one, it's impossible to circle back to what Desiree was asking. It's impossible for an individual to define love for everyone. I think that needs to be put on the table first. So when she asked the question, I think she was actually looking for definitions as opposed to what an individual feels. And I've always said this about love. If you ask 10 different people, you're going to get 10 different answers, just because of the simple fact that it's not a concrete thing. Love is a feeling. And I've always said, I really don't discuss feelings in that realm because they're sensitive. People talk about happiness. I always tell people I never focus on happiness. I focus on being content, because happiness is fleeting. But to address the perception, and I'm not trying to fight it, because everybody's individual experiences for them are accurate. So I'm not here to challenge anyone's stories, what they've been through, what they witnessed, what they saw. Those are standing alone. They don't need any references. They don't need any numbers to support them. They are what they are. As I like to say, the optics are what they are. The question we have to ask then is, who isn't a stepping stone for someone else? We all either use somebody or we're being used. And
Oh, wow, that's deep.
and there is nothing inherently wrong about that, so long as the individuals know that, hey, if we haven't sat down and discussed marriage, if we haven't sat down and laid the bedrock for what we want from each other long term, then we're all using each other as a stepping stone.
All right.
I disagree with that.
I
But,
want to go back to that, but I want to bring what's good, Dr. Anwar.
I think he might be traveling, so his connection might not be as stable.
I got a bad connection.
Yeah, he's got his connection is spotty.
So Anita said you agree with that statement from her.
I said I disagree. There's a difference between being manipulative and an opportunist than there is growing together and being stepping stones for each other for personal growth. In this case, it was, like I said, it was a mess.
Is that the way it started out?
That was, no, of course not. Everything was, you know, always perfect for a couple years. And then
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And then he started like, he's like, okay, I'm better with, you know, she helped me get up and now I'm better. And now, you know, he's looking for better job opportunities. So he left the family for a job in New York City to make more money, which that's not comparable, like with the cost of living. So it was just a crazy situation, but no, it didn't start out like that. But in this case, he was narcissistic. He was a bit, verbally not right, and manipulative and opportunist, which I didn't find out that, of course, till the end. I was blind to it because I was so into what we had, but he left me and the dogs, which was I considered our family.
Fur babies.
So, yeah, fur babies. Yeah, our fur babies. Yep, that's the only babies I got. I'm good with those.
All right.
So are you
But
gonna,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, are you gonna ask more questions, or what are you doing?
You talking about me?
Yeah.
Of course I am.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
I'm just wondering. What's going on?
Damn. What's going on tonight? All right. All right. So during the first month of dating, women should only see a guy how many times during the week? 70% said once or twice. Then 20% said 5, 6, or 7 times. What the hell? And then 3 or 4, 10%. So I think that kind of panned out how it should be, once or twice when you first, but unless it was just this euphoric feeling that you said, man, I want to see them 5, 6, 7 times every day of the week. I don't know. That might be a little too far-fetched. It depends. Again, no one has the perfect answer. It depends on the situation. It depends on the person that you're with. Maybe you do desire that, but 70% 80% of the people said once or twice. That's adequate. Any takes on that?
I want to see somebody whenever I want to see them. It shouldn't matter in the first month how often. That's my take on that.
Okay, I respect
believe
that.
in a thing called wearing out your welcome, and it's called I got a day job. So there are going to be times where I get off work and I don't want to be bothered with anybody. Hell, I don't want to be bothered with myself. I just want to shower and go to fuck to sleep. I don't want somebody in my face trying to love up on me and get under my skin, and you want to sit up and have conversations when I got to be up at 4 a.m. to go deal with a bunch of kids the next day. I will see you on the weekend. Good night.
I like that point you made. I always got to make parallels to my grandmother. She used to always say, "Don't wear out your welcome, whatever. Stop going over there like that. You ain't got to keep going over there like that. Don't wear. No, you can't spend the night over there. Don't wear out your welcome." So I understand that wholeheartedly. That phrase, the statement. Anybody else?
The way my schedule is set up, you're lucky to get me more than 2 days. And that's being awfully generous. I just now, especially with the weather breaking and my schedule's going to pick up, 1 day is all you pretty much going to get.
And
Just
let's
make
not
sure the
forget
juice-
with her during football season, they don't get jack shit on Sundays, huh?
Midday from sun up to sundown.
Wow. Wow.
But hey, it's known. Unless you like football, don't text, don't call. Ain't nobody dying. You
That's
okay?
just too much. They can't
House
text
ain't
and
on
call.
fire. Hey, they get Sundays because I'm not into college as much as I used to be. But it used to be Saturdays, Sundays, and certain times on Monday.
Hold up. So you're dating someone, the whole weekend is shot where people usually have a little more time on the weekends because you were in the college football
Mhm.
and the NFL that you
Mhm.
remove the whole weekends for that time
Mhm.
frame from like September to like February.
Yep.
Ain't no way in hell
Weekends
nobody
are
deal with
booked,
that
but
crap.
but this is
A relationship when you see somebody one time a week.
it works for me.
Quite easily, believe it or not, because you value the time that you spend with that person because you don't get to see them as much. So you plan it out more
StreamYard's messing up.
you take it more seriously when you don't see a person as much than if you see them every day.
So if somebody told you, Brother T, you dating them, whatever, and they said, and say if you start dating them in around the fall, and they say, well, I could tell you right now, for the next 4 or 5 months on the weekends, I'm booked. How you gonna take that?
That's not somebody I'm dating. What kind of question is that? That's not somebody I'm dating. Huh. It's been nice knowing you. You'll be a friend I check in on every now and then.
There we go with the check-in.
You get put on the call list, and I keep it wicked. Go ahead and tell me the next 4 or 5 months all your weekends are booked. You get put on the call list, and I see you when I see you.
Okay. Anybody else got something to add to that?
Well, I don't know. It's different. It's I don't know. I'd say the 1 to 2 was good for the week because I am busy. But I think after time progresses and you really the relationship is growing, of course you want more. And then from that, I think it depends on who the person is. Like I like to be with who I'm with. I'm just gonna be. I just like to be with him, and if he's willing, I'm willing. So I don't have that issue with staying up late or flexing my time to make it. Because especially with me, I have children. You kind of wait till you put the kids down. They're older now, but you wait until things are settled, and then you have that alone time. So I think all of that, matters with who you're dealing with, and they're on the same page as you. So I like that flexibility.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just so
Girly
people
girl.
understand.
It's a check-in. Any take on any of this stuff? Anything that's been said?
No, you see who you want to see when you get ready to see them. So I mean, it's different for different people, and I don't think that I think it's ridiculous to think that only men can be providers, and that's the only reason women would be interested. And I don't think that women just look at men for what they can give to them, because there are plenty of women out here taking care of themselves and their families on their own. And some men don't even make enough to take care of a family. So
Okay. All right.
So let me put this out there with regards to why I'm set up like that. I work midnight, so I already work a non-traditional shift, and I've been working midnights literally for about 22
I don't want
years.
to mansplain shit.
What was that
Do
said?
you know what my life consists of? Brala T,
I missed that
Brala
one.
T, do
Working
you know what my
unconditional
life
shift.
consists of?
Your
I'm
life
sorry, say that
consists of,
again.
Herbert. What does it consist of, Herbert? Explain.
Well, I'm trying to give some information so it's understood. But for whatever reason, a lot of y'all on the panel feel y'all need to try and redefine things for me. Why, I don't know.
I
I
don't want
work
to
a
redefine
non-traditional
anything
shift.
for you. Pause. I don't want to redefine anything for you. Just say what you gotta say.
Well,
You
you,
like
you, you
to
started out with
drag
mansplaining.
stuff
It's
out
not
because
mansplaining if I'm
it
telling you
is
something.
mansplaining. Just get to the point.
So when do I work, Brala T?
Yeah,
Or as
funny.
I can tell you, work overnight the way you always run out of here.
So
For
if
the
I'm
past
telling you
23
I work in
years.
non-traditional, so if I'm telling you I work in non-traditional shift, that's not mansplaining.
I think that kind of goes without saying though. That's why I said you feel the need to mansplain. We kind of already get the point that you work overnight because you always leave after the show or in the course of the show ending to go to work.
Brala T, sometimes your intelligence amuses me, and I'm going to tell you why I'm saying this, so you
Sometimes
don't
yours
take it
amuses
personally.
me too, Herbert. It really does.
Let me okay,
Doesn't
then let me
surprise me in the
mansplain.
least.
Let me mansplain. There's a lot of people who will watch this broadcast that don't know what you know. So if I'm explaining something, it's for the individuals that don't know me, that have never seen this podcast, never seen this show. Stop thinking you're the end all be all with your solipsistic views. Okay?
I'm gonna need you to use that. All right, go ahead.
So if I'm telling something, it's for the people that don't know.
Okay, go on. Say what you gotta say.
Look at Nita taking control tonight, like Janet Jackson.
No, because
There are people that simply put, there are people that don't know I work midnights. So when I'm telling people, so when I'm saying I work a non-traditional shift, it's for the people that don't know. This is why I set myself up like that. This is why on the weekends I'm not available, because I'm not available anyway. If we're not doing anything between noon and 5, you're not going to get hold of me except on the one day that I'm off that we can potentially coordinate. So as much as it sounds like that, Herbert L. Lewis is an ass. No, Herbert L. Lewis has a set schedule, and it's pretty rigid.
Okay. It's a lot of tension tonight. I feel it's a
I
lot
don't know
going
where you
on
get
here.
tension from. I don't feel no tension. I feel great.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's just my sixth sense that I pick up a lot of tension. Don't know why, but it's a lot in the air. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next one because look here, roasted me last time. Are there going to be any more questions? So we're gonna move on. When you get intimate with the guy, you should set the mood by staying emotionally cool, no matter how bad you want him. 55% of the people said that. And then 44.4 said lighten up the scented candles. I don't know about lighting up no scented candles. What mood that's gonna put you in? But some people think that's sensual, whatever the case is. This might be cut and dry, but I'm sure y'all got y'all own opinions on that. So talk to me, people. When you get in that mood, to set the mood, and I don't need all personal details, but it was just part of the survey. Give me some feedback on this.
Depends on how those individuals operate. I mean, are they trying to make it romantic, or is it just a animal fuel lust event? That's going to determine a whole lot, because some people want the mood set, so they go out and grab that bottle of wine, they go grab some whipped cream, strawberries, or hey, there's a plethora of things out there that people use to set the mood. The kids go, we let's go sneak out to a hotel, let's go down by the falls, let's go do this, let's go do that. I mean, go out to the beach, listen to the waves, and let's take a blanket, let's do what we do. Let's change the setting.
Okay, I can respect that. Anybody else, ladies? Oh, now y'all quiet and shit, like y'all ain't never been in the mood and stuff. Now all y'all
StreamYard is messing up. It keeps cutting out. StreamYard keeps cutting in and out.
I'm sorry, Anita. It's nothing. Nobody I can contact. Far as that, I got my own issues at school. We can't get Wi-Fi going on at my job. Whatever.
No, I'm just saying that may be the reason why, because StreamYard keeps cutting out.
But now it's not cutting out. Talk to me.
I will talk to you, okay? I'm gonna set the mood. If my man comes home from work, a hard day work, I'm gonna cook him dinner, candlelight, maybe it's scented candles. I don't know, because that's all I have is Bath and Body Works. And then I'm gonna run him a nice bath, a bubble bath.
Okay.
I can't say, and then it progresses from there.
All right.
I think you got to set the tone throughout the day, not just at night. Just set the tone throughout the day and have that good connection throughout the day. And yeah, scented candles is nice. Men can't. You can act like y'all don't like it. Y'all like it. Yeah, I like scented candles. I think y'all like it more than women. But y'all can play that macho role all y'all want. But I think candles is always something that likes to bring the ambiance, or just the lighting dimmed, and just make it sexy. And that's what I think most any woman should do. Make it sexy, because you want to keep the men are more physical. Women are too. We be honest with ourselves. Women are just as physical, or attracted to men as men are to women. So I think you should always keep it classy and sexy. I think that turns a man on and turn you on. I do things to turn myself on. So, because not just about him, it's also about me. So you want to create a space where both of you can be enjoyable.
All right, we got my brother Anwar back on here trying to connect with him. What's good, brother?
Hey, can you guys see me and hear me?
Yeah. We hear you.
Okay, because this phone, I don't know what's going on tonight. What are you guys talking about? What are you guys talking about tonight? I heard we getting ready for another hot girl summer. I heard someone trying to get love from somebody else. And now I hear about we're trying to set the mood. What's going on?
Do men like candles? So, Anwar, do men like candles? Scented candles?
Yeah, depending on the fragrance.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, I guess that question was when you get intimate with the guy, you should set the mood by enjoying staying emotionally cool, and 55% people said that, and then 44% like setting the mood by like scented candles and stuff like that. But that was just one of the questions. So we kind of, how we do on here, and where we all over the place with adult conversation. So anything you heard that you want to speak on?
Well, this phone. Well, I'm thinking back to what Lakia was talking about us getting ready for another hot girl summer. I mean, yeah, aren't there seasons for this? There's cuffing season, and then there's what is it? And then it's the summer, right? Don't folks try to free up in the summer, and then they try to boo up in the winter.
Yeah, that's true.
What's so funny? I would have laughed too with the joke.
I've often heard about cuffing season. I've never participated in it because the whole concept is foreign to me. I'm just like, why would you just want somebody for a short time unless that's all you can offer? So I hear about it, but I'm like a cat in the window. I'm just watching. Oh,
I never heard about it till I got on YouTube.
You know the funny thing, it reminds me of going to school at Buff State, and the creeping hours were always overnight. And the funny thing was at Porter Hall, our fire alarm used to always malfunction. So you were told, hey, look, if there's a fire alarm, you go this way, I go this way. We don't say nothing.
I already know where you're going with this. You don't want nobody to see who's coming out that room.
I don't know. I want to hear it. I don't know what's going on.
I already know. A lot of stuff.
What David said is exactly what it was. You didn't want nobody knowing your business. So, hey, out this way. We go our separate exits. You go back to your dorm. I'll stay here. We good. So I think that's the genesis of where cuffing season came from, because a lot of people in college, if you're carrying 15 to 18 credit hours and you're doing other things, like if you belong to a frat or sorority, or you belong to a couple student organizations, which a lot of people actually start to get into, you don't have a whole lot of time for a bona fide relationship. You just say, hey, look, I need to get it in. Can you come through? Yeah, all right. Meet me such and such. A sock on the door for some people was the cue to, yo, you gotta get lost, partner. I got some lined up tonight. You know, as BGS like to say, Dr. Anwar, I got a candygram coming through tonight. So, I'm about to open this candygram up and be busy for a little bit, man. Sorry.
Nice.
I know you got the big exam coming up, but I gotta handle this.
All right. Anybody else want to add to that? All right.
We forgot the sexy playlist.
I was getting ready to say that's what Desiree just said with the Quiet Storm. That's kind of been there, and because we didn't, either you had a mixtape, and mixtapes back then they were mostly R&B and rap. You didn't have an R&B mixtape with slow jams, so you turned on the Quiet Storm, and that's when you had to be there between 10 and midnight, because the rest of the time you're trying to get some sleep. Because if you had 7 o'clock classes, you didn't want to be missing those classes, especially as you got to be an upperclassman, because those were in your major. You simply put, you couldn't afford to miss those.
I got to read.
Get away with that.
I got to read Julia Lowry's comment. She said, "Why my sister Lakia always implying that men have a bitchy female side? Here's the season: cuffing, fall, tax, black balling, month season, Miss New Booty, spring, then hot girl summer." Ooh.
Because they do have feminine.
See, that's a new one on me. I was always focused on cuffing season.
Men do have feminine ways. They just want to act like they all behind closed doors. But out in front of public, they can be mannish, but behind closed doors, the real side come out.
Tax, black balling, month season, new booty, spring, then hot girl summer. Woo.
Booty spring, I know, right?
They definitely didn't change it up, elevated the game.
Like so NBC used to say, if you ain't seen it, it's new to you.
So, ladies, any take on any of these different seasons?
I didn't mention something about Nut November. I've never heard of that shit. I think all of it is a bunch of shit. If you're an adult, you don't play them kind of games. But that's just my take on it. That's high school shit.
Unfortunately, we may feel that way, but we know it's a lot of adults that really subscribe to this stuff, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Why the society is the way it is, but it is what it is. That's my thoughts.
Hello, Paulette Brown. Thanks for joining us. All right. I can respect that. All right, let me move on. If you're dating for over a month and you have not met his friends or family, you are probably not the one. 80% said false, 20% said true. Anybody want to have at that? Because is a month too soon?
Don't be in a rush to meet the family and the friends. You might not like what you see.
Yeah, I think that's something you gotta play that by ear. And when you're comfortable, then you can do it. But not everyone is for meeting the family, right?
Yeah.
True.
I
That's
just
all
think,
right.
go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm done. I ain't have nothing.
No, I just think that 2 months, it said 2 months, right? That's kind of still fairly new. But eventually you do want to, I would say, because you want to see how the family reacts around the individual, because the family don't like that person. You want to wonder why. Why the family don't really want to deal with that person. And I've seen that happen. And now I later on realize why the family don't deal with that person. So when you see things like that, those are red flags.
But in the case, sometimes family, as soon as that person walked through the kitchen, they already got something to say. They already assess the situation like, oh, this the person she's spending time with. This the person who he's spending time with. He don't pick up the phone. So sometimes you in a can't win situation as far as that, depending on the nature of the family.
My mom says,
no, you want to know.
My mom says sometimes you run into a situation where the family will tell you everything. If he got a wife you don't know about, they're going to tell you. If he got kids you don't know about, they're going to tell it. So sometimes he intentionally keeps you from his family. Exactly. If he's on drugs, they're going to tell it. They tell everything. So that be the situation sometimes. Sometimes they don't want you to meet the family because the family will tell everything.
Woo-wee. All right. I think Mama T need to get her own little account and slide up in here and give her wisdom and stop being a ghost speaker.
I be trying to get her to come on a camera. She be like, I'm fine, just listening. But then I have to stay mute because she be sitting back here talking all kinds of crazy. I'm like, you need your own shit.
And see, I'm different. I screen well, so for me, a month's not an issue.
So, Herb, when you say you screen well, what does that process entail? Because there's a lot of people just don't know how to screen.
I have a questionnaire. It's embedded. It starts with appearance. Some other things that I'm not going to get into. I'm not going to disclose what exactly comprises the list, but there's some things that if I see, it's an automatic DQ. Doesn't matter, how slight the infringement.
So why you got to hold back on that process, whatever? Why you can't give us those jewels? Because some people might put that in their toolbox, as you often speak of.
Hey, everybody's got to have what works for them. You know what? Pardon?
I said, if anybody intends to learn something from you, they're not going to get it because you don't believe in disclosure.
I don't believe in disclosing certain things. What works for me doesn't work for everybody. Case in point, when I spoke about the vacation and how to determine whether or not that individual is going to be a clean person, it didn't work for anyone else. This is why I say things that I do are specific for me. Everybody wants me to disclose this. Everybody wants me to disclose that. The reason why I don't is because I'm extreme. I know that. I don't have a problem with my extremeness, but it works for me. I do what works for me. That's why I don't always give out advice in terms of what my list comprises of. Because some people are like, well, how the hell do you find anybody? How the hell do you do this? How the hell do you do that? And I don't have a problem. This is why I don't disclose everything. One of the reasons why I don't disclose everything, because everybody's not me. My utility belt works for me. It doesn't work for everybody else. This is why I always tell people, Develop what works for you. You have to, and this is why back in February we did that program. So people have to understand themselves. Because if you don't understand yourself first, it's going to be impossible for you to relate to somebody else. I don't care how well intended you are. I don't care what you do, what you want to do, what you think the other person should do, should like, want to do, etc. I know there are certain things that I don't like, certain things that I'm not going to do. And if that person wants somebody to do it with, I'm just going to say, you know what? We're better off just being cool. I'm going to check in on you, see how you doing. I know that's a check-in phrase there, but I'm cool enough to be able to do that. I'm cool enough to say, hey, you know what, shorty? This ain't going to work out. But you know what? I like the fact that you like wine. So you know what? I'm going to call you on occasion when I get a new shipment of wine in, and I'm going to send you a bottle. Let me know what that tastes like, and I'm going to take your recommendation. I've done that. I've had bottles of wine shipped to people so they can taste them and let me know, because they're better with wines than I am. So if we go out and be like, yo, what was that bottle that I sent you? Do you have that? Okay, let's try that. That's how I get down. There's some guys that aren't going to spend money like that. This is why I don't tell everybody what to do.
All right. We got Mofo in the house. What's good?
What's up, people? What's up, people? How you doing?
Mofo.
Mofos.
I don't know what you heard, but give us a little bit of your feedback.
I came in on, meeting people's families, and I guess what was the question? It was something about the time frame of meeting people's families.
Said if you're dating for over a month and you have not met his friends or family, you are probably not the one.
I don't really give a shit. I mean, I just don't. I really, the notion of finding the one out of 7 billion people just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. So
I feel you, Sria. I feel you.
I don't place like stuff on that. Like, yeah, hey, if I meet his family and they want to give me some tea, that's cool. He don't want me to meet his family, nigga. You ain't got to meet my family or my friends neither. So I just don't, I'm just, I'm different too, but I don't mind disclosing that shit just ain't for me. I don't care, that much. I'm not putting that much into it. I judge how you feel about me on how you're treating me. Because so you could get me around your family. You could have the kind of family that covers up for your ass too. You could have the kind of family that turns a blind eye to everything you do. And when he brings you around and you feeling all special and shit, okay, well, Irene was just there 2 days ago. Okay, so this is why I don't put no stock in that shit. Some mama's boys, they mama will have all the bitches that's in the closet and will never tell you anything. So no, I'm going ahead and base how you feel about me on how you're treating me. Now, if what was done in the dark will come to the light, if I find out that you done duped the bitch, then darling, it's gonna be me and you. But other than that, no, I can give a damn less about your family. If you don't want me to meet them, I don't want to meet them neither. I don't want to be nowhere that don't nobody want me and shit. We can be right in my house.
Okay.
Atlantic Star made a song 30 years ago called Secret Lovers.
Secret Lovers.
It ain't gotta be secret. It's only secret if you don't want to tell.
No,
I don't shut my mouth.
No. I'm just. I understand what you're saying, Siri. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not against what you're saying, because sometimes I roll like that. I've dated people that have never met my family. That was just the way the relationship worked out. It was just like, okay, this is the us thing. We doing what we do. I don't need my family to do what I need to do with you, or vice versa. If I meet your family, I meet your family. If I don't, oh well.
Like, cause what am I really meeting them for? What they want? Like,
what they want.
Right.
What they want.
Cause see, just like they wanted to, if they the type of family that tells tea on their family, oh, you'll try to get up in mine to tell mine too. No, y'all stay over there. Just come visit a motherfucker. Leave when I ask you to leave. Just, oh my goodness. So yeah, but that's just me though. What works for me don't work for everybody. But hey, take what you can, take what you need.
All right, Lakia.
What was the question?
Stop.
I missed it. I was
You heard.
busy. I received some
Okay.
phone calls.
Okay. Said it. If you're dating for over a month and you have not met his friends or family, you are probably not the one. 80% said false and 20% said true.
No, I answered already. I said earlier, I thought that that's too soon. So I wouldn't say that that's not the case because that's still pretty soon. You got to give it time, see if you want to be, if it's even going in that direction. Because anything at any day, anything can change. And if it ain't solid, I don't want you meeting my family. So if you're meeting my family, then that means that things are moving forward. But if you're not meeting my family, and I don't know if it's going to happen that soon, you have to be a very special person to meet mine that quick. So
yeah, in a month that is rather quick, whatever. Because I don't know if you got a chance to know each other in a month. So now all
To
of a
be
sudden
looking
you
to
want
see if you the one, like the one in a month. The one.
right.
People take longer to figure out shoes and to try on hats and shit. Like a month. What are you talking about?
Right.
But
That's what I'm
hey,
saying. A
okay.
month is kind of, I wouldn't take it that way. I'm not the one yet because it takes time.
Okay.
And there's always that honeymoon stage where everything's all good and then the real starts coming out. And the real.
When the representative disappeared.
But this
Yeah,
is this is
right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, I'm just saying that that's right because, even as much as you try to give someone the real from the jump, there's some things you do hold back. I think the last person I was talking to, I think I had when we first started talking, I remember that I had interaction with their close friend years ago, and I just kept it up from the jump. Like, let's throw some things out on the table because immediately I could feel that it was progressing fairly quickly. And I think we just need to get things on the table when you start feeling like this person might be it. But it's still kind of soon, about a month, maybe 2 months, but a month is still pretty quick. That's all I'm saying.
Well, and to your point, because I don't know if you're breaking up or finishing. To your point, this is what I talk about. This is one of the things I mean when I talk about the screening process. Where do we meet people at? You meet them on a dating app, social media app, work, through a mutual friend, through a family member, at a. No, I'm speaking generally. Just where does anybody meet? Because she brings up an excellent point, and this is something that we touched on before. Like it was in the counselor's corner. What are the rules regarding dating somebody's friend? That was mentioned before, and I don't know how many people commented on it, but it bears digging into. Because the way things are situated now, you can go somewhere else and happen to bump into somebody from your local area, not necessarily your hometown. But let's say I fly out west, I relocate out west, which is probably not going to happen because I'm not a huge fan of the western weather, and I meet somebody from Buffalo. We happen to hook up. We happen to get together, go along well, and I find out she used to bang my man. And I didn't do any due diligence. I didn't research her background. I didn't check out her Facebook friends list. I didn't ask my boys. I didn't ask anybody. I just, what? The water looked kind of tepid, but let me try it. And I get in the water. I say, yo, this is kind of nice. And my boy said, yo, man, don't you know such and such used to deal with her back in the day? No, I'm in a bind. I got to figure out how do I want to approach it. Do you want to deal with somebody that's been sleeping with one of your friends?
It would depend on the friend. And it would depend on the time frame. I guess my question to you is, why don't you just go to your friend and ask what that is? I mean, if you don't want to deal with somebody that's dealt with your friend, then it's not a bind at all. Once you find out that they dealt with your friend, you cut that shit. That's not a bind. Like, that's a decision.
The reason why I say it's a bind, the reason why I say it's a
limitation for us that.
No, it's not. It's not that. You're compromised because you're into them. And this is what, and this, now I'm going to circle back to what was asked earlier in the show. Who falls in love faster? And this is what I was talking about. Depends on the level of intimacy, depends on the people, depends on the situation. Because you can be like, yo, I can't believe I actually found an individual that meets all my requirements, knocks off every important aspect in the box. And then you come across this information. It's just like, yo, I'm jacked up. Here it is. I found this gem, at least what I thought's a gem. And I see this gem now. It's got a flaw, and it's got a major flaw. I'm in a bind. What do I do?
What's the flaw with it? So the only flaw is that back in the day she banged your boy. Is that what the flaw
For a
is?
man?
Is that what
Hell yeah, that's a flaw.
Oh, then y'all got stupid problems.
Let me
What
put it.
What do you do? That's a y'all question. What do you do?
But that's what I mean by. But that's what I mean by being caught in a bind. And let me put this a different way. For men, it's a different ball game, because you're thinking of all the things that you do with her, and you're thinking of all the things that he probably did with her, and you don't want that image in your head. Not as a man. I'm gonna tell you that now. It doesn't seem like you're in a bind. Then is my point. If you already know that you don't want those images in your head, it seems like the decision is made whether you into her or not. If you can't get over what you see your boy doing. No.
That's what I'm saying.
It would seem as if the decision is made, but ultimately it's going to come down to, can I deal with that going forward? And if the guy can deal with it going forward, then he's going to have to deal with it going forward. But also he's going to have to deal with the snickering behind his back, because it's going to occur.
So
if you care about that kind of thing, I guess so.
If that was like 20 years ago or whatever the case is, what I mean, what holds still as far as that? What do you do as far as that?
I'm sorry, you got to explain that a little bit. What do you mean?
I said if it was like 20 years ago. So you find out, you said you out in the West Coast, this girl from Buffalo, you and her get together and you find out, man, back in the days when they were 20-something, now you're in your 40s and approaching 50, that she slept with, man, one of my best friends. Are you supposed to say, oh, man, like put everything on pause, or say I need to reflect on this? Or do you continue on and say, shit, I'm happy, I'm content with this individual, so I'm going to keep it moving. And I'm not even thinking about those images or whatever. I'm trying to create new images.
And some guys can do that, and some guys will be able to do that. What I'm speaking of is the guy that can't, but he wants to go for it. What does he do? And I'm going to bring up Alan Roger Curry, the prudish girl. She's left her hometown because her name and her rep in her hometown isn't good. So she goes to another location to reestablish and reinvent herself. So she goes to a town where she's not known, she's doing well, and she happens to meet somebody from back home, quote unquote back home. Like I said, they hit it off. They both check off those boxes. They meet each other's metrics, and all of a sudden, that information starts to seep out. You can't outrun your reputation. You can outrun a lot of things, but you can't outrun your reputation. And you're talking about marriage. You're thinking about marriage. You're talking about this, and you say, well, let's go back home and let me introduce you to my people. And your boy's sitting there, your boy like the clown, because he, that's what he's done. And he's, yo, is that such and such? Man, I used to slut that chick out all types of ways till Sunday, man. She used to drink Henny, man. We used to do this. We ran a diss on her. You got some things, like Ricky Ricardo used to say, Lucy, you got some explaining to do.
Who has explaining to do, though? Like you would let them. So if you're into a chick, for me,
right?
I wouldn't even. Nobody would even be able to come at me like that. Like if not into a chick. I'm sorry. Let me reverse that. If that scenario was reversed, and I meet a guy, and it's all of that stuff that you said, and we go home, and one of my friends, is coming to me. First thing is the way my friendships are. Nobody's coming to me disrespectfully like that. Maybe that's a guy thing. I don't know. But
It is,
they
and
might
that's why,
tell me,
and that's why I understand.
they might tell me that, you know, hey, I used to deal with him. Now I may ask the question, well, hey, how long ago you still got feelings? What's up? If this ain't a problem for you, that's where I'm at. Oh, is this gonna be a problem for you? Because see, it's not a problem for me. You two are over for a reason. I don't know what that was. It didn't have nothing to do with me. I wasn't around. That ain't not my pig, not my fight. I'm gonna say, do you have a problem with it? Because see, we gone on somewhere else. So that's about the extent that it will be if my friend has the need to come and tell me, hey, this is somebody I've dealt with. But as far as them, you know, talking about, well, yeah, that's why I had him like this and that's why I had him like that. I don't have those types of friendships where they would be coming at me like that. And I don't care about what happened 20 years ago. Not my business. That's
No,
You know,
trust me.
that's how I look at it. It's like, you know, I had a situation that happened previously before with a girlfriend. And the way things went down was crazy, and it should have never happened that way. But one thing I can say is this, that when they asked me about this guy I used to talk to, I said, you know what, go ahead. If you could find love with this guy, go for it. Because one, I want somebody to be able to find love. Sometimes we allow ourselves to get entangled with the wrong person in the first place for the wrong reason. And so just because it didn't work out for me and him, now I'm supposed to hold him and her hostage from finding love? No. They might hit it off real well and say, you know what, I respect it. Because I believe that's being a grown woman and grown man about things. We can't sit here and always want to harper on or loyalty. But I promise you, and I had to say to her, because I had to put my big girl panties on for that one. I said, you know what, I'm loyal to God and God alone. If he tell me I have to do something and it may go against what any and everybody that I love say to do, oh well, my loyalty is to him. But know that if I'm doing something, it's not out of maliciousness. So what happened is that she shot her shot. Things didn't work out. Okay, then I started back talking to that person. And I said, listen, I'm back talking to this person. I gave you that chance, but now we're back talking. So now it stopped that, just okay, good. Then the situation turned where it was then a person that she liked wanted to talk to me. And I kept saying no, because I wasn't attracted in the first place.
I was about to say, well, man, y'all don't go out or nothing. Like, oh,
no,
y'all
the
just
thing
in a
is,
circle.
right? No, but that's how men are sometimes, though. You know what I mean? Just like they all, especially with your girlfriends, and men, be honest, y'all done mess with girlfriend friends. So just be honest about that. So
Hold on.
most men,
You said a girlfriend's friends?
like they, somewhere down the line of, or a guy friend's girl, old girl, or around that area. Maybe not you, her, but most men. Maybe not you, David. Not take that away from you either. But for that fact, but it's to share that story is that what you say?
No, I said I'm a good guy.
Okay.
I'm just talking.
With that situation, and I kept saying, I'm not trying to deal with this guy. I said, but let me see what he's talking about. What does he want? Let me see what he wants. And she got angry with me. And I said, well, why was it okay for you, but it's not okay for me? To me, that was the fact that somebody just wanted what you had. There's a difference. And then there's some people that's really genuine, that really want to see or really care, want to get to know you for real. And I think you just have to be an adult about it and just say, hey, if you guys work it out, great. It didn't work out for me, and respect it. And that's all. That's the way I would just approach it.
All right. We're going to move on to the next question, because I got to get to my segment, Who Needs Counseling?
And you already know the answer. Every dang gone body.
True that.
I'm interested to hear your scenarios, though.
In true shape and form, everybody does. This one is kind of clear cut. Don't try to change a man, because man never really change. You should either accept certain flaws or find someone else. And it was straight across the board, 100%. Don't try to change them or find someone else. So how many of you are saying, I'm going to put it out there that I'm going to try to change him and I can capture him and bring him towards me, and I'm going to change him out of his ways.
Oh my God. Hopefully
No.
nobody's saying that, but I don't think that it's a true statement that men don't change. I just think that people change in their time.
Yeah.
People change for, because we all have to change because we grow. There's nobody
Right.
that's 40 that should still be thinking the same way that they did when they were 15. Changes have happened. So I think that in one instance, like you kind of mix in different, you mix in one thing that's absolutely true is that no, you should not be wasting your time trying to change anybody, not just men, but men shouldn't be trying to change women either. So, but then the next part, because they don't change, that's the part that makes it untrue. They do change. They just don't change for you. They change for themselves. They evolve into who they're going to be for them. But as far as making a dude a project, no. But it's some chicks out there that like building
Yep.
a dude. But there's
Mhm.
some chicks that seek it out. They looking for the worst that they could find to see if they could, I don't know if they got a God complex. I don't know what it is, but I've spent some time as that woman too. So I feel like I've done my time, and so all the ones that want to fix them and all this
Yeah.
stuff, y'all
That's
have
exactly
at
what
it.
it is.
I'm ready for one that's done went through the changes that he wants to go through, and we mesh. That's what I like. I don't want to try to change nobody because I can't. Listen, I have enough trouble trying to control myself. Go ahead, let everybody else do what they do.
You can't
Brolic,
change nobody. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead. You talking now. Go ahead.
Mm-mm. Go ahead.
Brolic T, what's your take on that statement or that question?
I mean, first of all, my friends and I don't even like the same kind of men, so I would never have that kind of problems. Most of them like thugs, and I like somebody with an education and something to do with their damn selves. I dated thugs in high school. I'm a grown ass woman. I ain't got time for felonies and all that other shit. So you can miss me with all of that. I don't want somebody who needs me to save them. Uh, Somebody else could have that bag. I hung that shit up years ago, and I'm not interested. If your shit ain't together when we meet, I don't know what to tell you. You get on my call list, and I see you when I see you.
I'm going to
I
check
don't
on
have
you
that kind
list,
of
right?
time, that patience, or the care.
I ain't even checking on
can't
them.
do it. I can't even do it. Like, not somebody that I could date. I don't got time. I have established stuff in my life. I like the way that things are going, and I don't need somebody who needs a handout, help me, show me how to do this, all that. You got to know what you want to do. And a lot of times, those are the kind of men who don't know themselves, don't know what they want to do in life, and then they resent you because you have your shit together. I don't got time for that. Been there, done that. You miss me with all that shit.
Okay.
Eat the dog.
Anita, what's your take?
I can just tell somebody what I like and don't like. If they want to change because they want to change, then that's them. But if it really bothers me, then it ain't going to work out anyway.
Okay. Girly girl.
I wouldn't try to change anybody. I would just leave. And I believe that people change in their own time, their own pace. Although I do believe that there are people out there that are happy bumping their gums, throwing shit out into the environment, out there posing to be one way, and then find themselves in a situation and try to backtrack and to be something different. So, I don't have time for that shit. I have no problems moving on.
I think that comes with age too. The no problems moving on. See, when you 18 to 21, and you going to sit around and count the days and shit, and see if a mofo gonna come around. That's when if experience hasn't taught you a little bit more yet. But at this age now, I'm with Beck. I'm like, and with Brolic T, you have to, because I've gone through whatever I've had to go through to get what it is that I want in this life. You cannot come to me at this age and tell me that you can't do the same thing and you still looking for a helpmate. You still looking for a mate as far as I'm concerned. You looking for somebody to take care of you, and that's not my bag. There's somebody that'll do it, but I'm looking for a different standard because I'm a different standard. So I've gone through it. The heartache, the tears, it's been hard. I live in my car. I've done all of that to get and build piece by piece everything that I've wanted in my life. So if you ain't did that, dude, you could go on to the next chick, like I said, that's willing to sit around and count the days with you. I've done my time with that. You know, I've moved on. I feel like I've, got the t-shirt and I'm good and paid my dues in that respect. And now I'm ready for the next echelon of dude because I've become the next echelon of woman. So that's where
I
I'm
still
at.
believe if you're an asshole 3 weeks ago, you still an asshole today. Stop playing.
Well, we gonna move on to the next one, and this one, I don't know, might be a little interesting. It says, "No man," and I'm gonna throw women in it too. No man or woman wants to hear how wrong or messed up your life has been before he or she really loves you. 60% said true. Nobody even got time for that shit, basically, to hear all that, and 40% said it's false. So what's y'all take on that? Like, is it a certain time frame that you dump all your baggage on someone? Do you do that at the beginning and you let them say, nah, that's too much for me? Or do you wait to, like, man, he really or she really feeling me? Now I'm about to drop all the goods on her, and you say, shit, like, what the hell I got myself into? So, Herb, I'm gonna come at you first with that one.
Some people like a broken person. Some people like feeling, like they're useful. So for some, we call it, for men, we call it caping. They want to put on their cape and save a female. And some women like to, they want to fix a broken man. If that's your stick, man, that's your stick. But for me, I can't do it. If you don't come to me as a whole person, I got to keep it moving. 1 foot and lay the other, and I'm gonna do it relatively quickly.
Okay. Lakia!
What's the question again?
Listen.
I'm trying to think. I'm serious. I'm like, I'm trying to. I did. I'm like, oh, okay, I got it. Okay. No, you don't want to put all your baggage out there right away. I mean, it's not like it's. I don't like I said. I think I said in a previous post, you don't want to have like counseling sessions on the first date, first couple of dates. You want to kind of just get to know the person, allow the conversation to flow, and if it comes up, if daddy issues or mommy issues come up, they come up. If baby mama drama or baby daddy drama come up, it come up. But I think you should keep the atmosphere fairly fun and free, so you can get to know each other, and then allow it to just come out just through conversation.
Okay.
Have moments.
Brolic T.
What's my saying? Always tell the truth, right? Because nobody likes a liar. So that stands to reason that when we first meet, or if I first entertain somebody, I want to know what all the issues are going through the door, so I can decide for myself, is this somebody that I want to be bothered with? Don't wait 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, a year down the line, and then I find out you've been hiding the fact that you're alcoholic and that you have a drug problem, or that you got like 5 kids and 4 baby mamas and a whole bunch of miss me with that, because then it's like you took my choice away, and I have an issue with that. You decided that you wanted me for yourself, and you didn't give a damn about none of that other stuff, and that I'm just gonna have to deal with it. No, I don't have to just deal with it.
Hold up. I thought your saying was ain't nothing hurt but me smacking the shit out of you.
Nothing hurt but a lick.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't nothing hurt but a lick. But my first saying when I started was to tell the truth.
I know, I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you.
Don't nothing hurt but a lick, and that's the truth.
Yeah, I thought ain't nothing hurt but me smacking the shit out you. That's what I thought it was. All right. Anita.
I I agree with Brother Chi. I mean, I may not want to know everything the first time I meet you, but progressively before it goes to another level, I want to know I want to decide if I want to be in that situation. I don't want you to make the choice after I'm already, you know, like liking your company, we're spending a lot of time together. I want to make that choice for myself if I want to be in that situation, whatever situation you tell me. And I tell him the same thing. I mean, casual conversation. He can't handle what I've been through, my PTSD, for example. Like, okay, we're just not a good match. Not everybody, just because you're a good person doesn't mean you're a good match for each other. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm already liking you a lot and then you drop some bombs on me and I'm like, hold up. I don't want to be in that situation. Now I find out you have like somebody about to have your baby, but you guys aren't together. Like, I want to make the choice whether I want to be in that situation.
Mofo.
I mean, yeah, you know, my answer has changed as I have sat here because and for me, maybe I guess it depends on what I want from you. If all I want is dick from you, I don't care about your past. I don't care about none of that because we wrapping it up and we doing all that. So I don't really care. But if you're somebody that I guess I'm gonna have interest in, there are some things that I'd like to know, but I like to have it conversational because I believe that even though, yes, we all have baggage, so do people at the airport. Some people got a carry-on bag. Some people got a whole bunch of motherfucking bags that you got to check up under the fucking plane. Me, myself, I have a carry-on that fits in the overhead compartment. So I'm looking for people that's got about that same amount. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that they've done their shadow work and that they've done with their stuff, not that they've hid it for the if I find out I'm a person at this point in my life, I don't have a problem cutting you off, even if I find some shit out years later. Because the bottom line is, no matter what we want, no matter what we fantasize about, people, I say it all the time, fair exchange is no, is no robbery, but we got a lot of thieves out here. I know this, so I'm not going to sit around hoping, wishing, and praying for people not to be thieves. I'm just going to prepare for when you are. That means that I'm going to have my feelings in check. Anytime you bring me a situation that I don't want to be in, I don't give a damn if I just got through telling you that I love you, I can dump you at the same time because I've made a decision about who I am and the life that I'm going to live. And someone else can either fit into that or they can't. If you get there by deceit, the truth shall set you free. So, that's where I'm at with that.
Girly girl.
I guess I'm kind of in agreement with the rest of the ladies. I would want to know because I just think it's a lot of people out here, a lot of bottom feeding, ne'er-do-well ass punk ass motherfuckers out here posing as good people. And really, you just another low budget ass nigga. So go find yourself a chick just like you and stay the hell up out of my way.
All right. Well, the final one is, and based on the survey, it's kind of clear cut, but it said during the dating process, keep the relationship with mystique. Less is more, and never let him know all the moves you make. 88.9, well, 89% said true, and 11.1 said false. So what's y'all take on that? Like keeping a relationship with mystique, like keeping someone wondering, like, man, I mean, and I think mystique sometimes is good. Sometimes people can't handle that. It just wreck their brains, and, you get the questions, and you're like, hold up. We're not even that far into this, but you asking me all these questions about that or about certain situations that may be a turnoff. So what's y'all take on that? Like, I'm not going to let everybody know every move I make or whatever the case is. And I don't think you would let anybody know every move you make when you first start dating them. Some people may.
Some of us just want to know if you're an ain't shit nigga. So, go ahead on and let it be known that you ain't about nothing, that you just out here running your mouth trying to talk a good game, but really you ain't shit. So I'm all for going on ahead and putting that out there so we can get your ass from up out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't let nobody know all my moves.
Okay.
Ever. Because, I just don't. And
I'm only
it's not,
referring to them ain't shit ass.
I know exactly what you're referring to. But
I want to know if I'm missing something. Is somebody being that?
Maybe you are, maybe you're not. I don't know.
Jesus Christ. But yeah,
what is going on?
And it's not a game for me. Like the question said, hey, you should keep the relationship full of mystique and all this stuff. It don't have nothing to do with that for me. For me, it has to do with not your business what I'm doing. Like it's not my business what you doing. And until it becomes that, I don't need to know. So for me, and I've been in situations where, like I said, it's been dangerous. Let the mofo know, being predictable. I had a mofo sleeping up under my bed, breaking into my house because I had a routine. I mean, it's funny now, but it wasn't funny at the time when it was happening. Like, when that movie came out and everybody was like, girl, listen, I have experienced that. It's not cute. It's not sexy. It's not any of that. So that taught me that I don't ever let somebody know all of my moves. There is always someone who knows where I'm at, what I'm doing. But as far as letting people know all my moves, I just don't. That's just a me thing.
Anita.
It depends. It depends how I feel about him. It depends how long we've been together. Depends on what kind of person he is. If he's trash and we ain't going on anyway. So he might be stalkerish. I might find out the first conversation that he's stalkerish, and I'll be like, change my number, block him. I did have a stalker. I had to change my name on my phone, my address on my phone, it was just crazy. And I only talked to him 3 conversations on the phone. It was crazy. But on the other hand, if I'm trying to build somebody with something with somebody, I don't have anything to hide because my life is so boring as watching paint dry.
Your life is far from boring, Anita. It's far from boring.
No, it's boring. I'm telling you, aside from my medical issues, it's boring.
No. But go ahead.
What do you mean? Well, tell me what's exciting about my life.
You got a lot going on, Anita. You got a lot going on. You got DGs going on.
No, I don't.
Right. I'm glad you said it, because I'm like, anybody that can come up with dick germs, they got some excitement happening. Or there was something happening. She reminiscing or something.
A long time ago. I changed since then.
You got the heart key thing. You got a lot going on. You got a lot of slick.
It was last year. You're bringing up old stuff.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah.
But go ahead, finish your thought.
That's all I got to say.
Well, Brolic T.
A wise woman once told me that you never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. The only time that they need to know what's going on is when it's time to wash the face. And that is a story and something that I have carried with me my whole life. I never let the person that I'm with know my every move because I never know their every move. I dated somebody and I found out a whole lot of shit on my way out the door. I found about bank accounts that I didn't know about. I found about a kid that allegedly wasn't theirs. I found out a whole bunch of stuff. So yes, I'd never let somebody know all my moves because you will definitely be surprised by the shit that people can hide from you. People are very, very cunning when they want something and they want to you. So no, I have learned how to keep stuff to myself And there are things that I know about people and certain things that certain people know about me that's going to go to the grave because I'm very selective with who's in my inner circle. And I'm selective about who I deal with and who I talk to. Because that's one thing my mom always said, and she'll tell you herself, watch who you talk about because you never know who you're talking to.
Yes, baby.
I guess I have a question. So if you're talking to somebody and you're having some relationship conversation with people, like we talked about this a little bit last show. Do you feel like if you don't share it that they're hiding the relationship?
No,
So
because I
I'm
like
Say
kind
that
of
again.
concerned.
If they don't share
I'm
what?
like mad concerned with Rebecca over here because
Why?
you going ham tonight,
No, I'm not.
and like I'm like somebody that did you dirty.
Mm-mm. I'm good.
No.
I'm just stating facts. It's some people out there that present themselves to the public to be, good, genuine people, only to find out that they really ain't shit, ain't fixing to go and be shit, ain't never gonna be shit. And if everything works out right and all the stars line up, some backwards ass woman that probably screwed her sister will take you off our hands, and we won't have to fuck with you no more.
So is that towards anyone on this panel?
No, if it applies to you, if you feel like
Okay,
it
because
applies
I'm
to
just
you,
like
go on
I'm
and take
trying to
that
wonder
shit and
why it's
I
so
run.
much
won't
animosity
even
on
say
this
that because you
panel.
know why? I won't even say that because you know what? I'm going through a similar situation with somebody who presents like they have
Just
their shit
saying.
together and like they're this great fucking person, but behind closed doors, if I was to ever blast this motherfucker on Facebook or any type of place with all the shit that I honestly know, fuck sinking a ship.
Yeah. I'm just
But
saying,
one
I don't
thing
like
I
people
say,
being in my life pretending that they're presenting themselves to me one way, only to really find out that you
They
really
ain't
ain't
worth
that
shit.
person. You ain't shit. You out here bumping your gums about shit that you shouldn't even be talking about. And like she said, karma's a bitch. And hopefully that shit will circle back around. And, I just want to see the backpedaling.
my question, like when you know somebody's doing that, and I'm a very outspoken person. Like, do you confront that person?
Oh shit, yeah.
That's how I am. I don't. I'm a confront. I'm going to
Or
confront because
there's
I
no
don't have time for the games. I'm definitely going to confront. And I'm going to find out. If I want to find something out, I just ask because I don't like. And like people say things about me all the time. I grew up. I've been in the places. And I was sharing with someone earlier that people always had something bad to say about me, but at the end, the truth shall still remain. If it's negative or if it's positive, the truth is going to remain, and it will shall be seen. After the dust settles, the truth comes out. So there's going to be times that there's people that are grimy, but you can't
Well,
allow
it might take several years for the dust to settle. So, it all depends on the situation.
That's
But
why I
I
say
just
just
said what
doesn't
I
hurt
said.
but a lick.
just the energy is just crazy, and I
I
just
feel
want to
like
like if
she look
anything's
at me
going on,
every
I think
time
we
she
should
say
say
it. I
it.
feel like
That's
Robin
all I'm
T
saying.
looks at me every time she says it because she
Because
knows
you know
that
what?
I
The first time
so
you said that, I was just like, what?
Y'all funny. Y'all funny. But y'all know what time it is. It's that time for Who Needs Counseling.
who needs it tonight? Who needs it tonight?
Yeah, we got to talk about that, unfortunately. We got to talk about it. Hold on. Hold on. Let me, you need counseling. It's
And
that
you done made
time.
a whole song.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm gonna tell you for 1 second. I
Made
thought
a whole
David was
damn
personally
song.
attacking me. I was like, why it just pop up there that I need counsel like that? I'm sorry,
No, baby.
Hey, I gotta put my shit out there. I can tell people I need counsel.
So, this is what I see strolling through. Fellas. There's nothing wrong with showing affection with your sons. on pictures, but please be considerate when they are as big as you. And the pose looks like a picture you should be taking with your woman. I done seen some strange pictures lately. Grown ass man. Yeah, I know that pose in the studio where you're sitting there and somebody behind you, and
Like in
usually
a
that might
wicker
be
chair or something.
yeah, but if it's more but yeah, the wicker chair, but their arms is around you and your hands connect, whatever.
Yeah,
Usually a man and a woman. But if it's
yeah.
your grown ass son and you as the father, that's some damn man
Why
father
you messing
complex.
with that man? Why you messing with that man's family
Let
portrait?
me
Leave that
talk.
man's family portrait alone, David. You let that man have his portrait with his son, however him and his son want his portrait.
That's a father complex. A simple bump in the fist or like that in the pose with the cuddling picture with your grown ass son that's bigger than you. You need counseling. There's something going on. Can you talk to us? Tell us what's going on? Your
Maybe
grown
he
ass.
got that mommy complex. You know how some mothers are. No matter how old you get, you're gonna always be my baby.
Yeah, well, that's what you're gonna say as a father.
Some fathers
I mean,
look at
you
their
better to
children that
equip
way.
answer that than we are, because I got nothing. That's why I just said leave that man and his portrait alone. I got nothing.
Yeah.
So that's like a man thing to answer, because
I couldn't even convince.
might.
I couldn't even convince my son to do that. He'd be like looking at me like, "Come on now," and maybe that's because of who I am. But it looked like a lot of cuddling going on. Looked like cuffing season on this photo. Y'all need come. Let it go. Pump the fist, clench the hands, or whatever. Do a jail pose.
Well,
do the peace
maybe he
sign.
just
No,
called
don't do
him.
no jail pose.
Look,
Don't need no
maybe he just
there's enough
called him
pictures in
that.
the world with them jailhouse squats. So no, thank you.
All
I'm
right.
just saying, maybe he just calls him daddy. I mean, maybe it's not a real father-son type of thing.
That
But
was
that's not
disturbing
our
to me.
business.
That was disturbing to me. Number 2.
Leave that alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Hey, people, specifically, this group that I am, admin for Real Talk 40 and older, stop being petty and restricting someone like myself that is bringing value to your platform. I have had posts that reached out to like 80,000 people, but suddenly I'm restricted from the group. What the hell? I post everything I post on my regular page, the Counselor's Corner, and y'all group, and people responding back, and people giving different perspectives. But I know sometimes people they have control over these Facebook groups. You can't cuss, you can't swear, you're posting too much. But damn, I got restricted this week for a week. And I'm like, what have I done? I only brought activity going on in the group, but I got restricted. Y'all need fucking counseling. Y'all got control issues. It's not that damn serious. I'm not putting anything really inappropriate. I'm putting stuff where people have different perspectives, but I guess because it was on fire, I got restricted. Y'all need damn counseling. And the Counselor's Corner, I'm the admin, the sole admin. Any of y'all can post whatever y'all post. Put it in there. Put it in there. I don't care about that unless people just going full throttle, just demeaning people and stuff like that. But other than that, free will. Some of these people act like this shit like it's like they getting paid or whatever the case is. But if somebody putting in valuable information, I don't think that's the one you want to restrict. They need counsel. People got control issues. Yeah, tell me what y'all take is on that. They kind of irritate me.
Just remember, everything ain't for everybody. So there are going to be things on there that people are going to eat up, and then you're going to say something, post something that somebody going to get in their feelings about, and they're going to report you. And that's just the way of the world. Everything ain't for everybody. Everybody can't handle adult conversations because they don't have that mentality.
But don't you think you should always be given a warning or something before you that's just due process. That's just the way it should
Well, I
be.
mean, this is Facebook,
David,
David.
you
There
live
ain't
in the
no due
real
process
world.
on Facebook.
When
Don't nobody
is
give a
when
damn
is
about
the
how
right
nobody
thing
feels out in
ever
no group.
done
They don't
to
care.
the letter? Let's be real. When you know for a fact that if it's right, it ain't always done correctly. Just because something should happen doesn't mean it's gonna happen. You want your students to come in and mind their damn manners every day, but that don't always happen, do it?
No, I want them to come in. I don't give a damn what they do at this point. I want some activity. I want some drama because these kids are robots now. I don't like it. I don't like the direction it's going. I want somebody to bust in my damn door and come in there. I could be on the phone with a parent and they're like, Mr. Glover, you better get that motherfucking bitch. Excuse my language because I'm about to do something. I'm
Well, then you
inviting
know
you.
what? I need you to come to work with me one day because I don't have robots. I wish I had robots. I wish I could have 1 week of robots. It's never a dull moment. You could come to work with me and you can have kids cuss at you and yell and scream and kick in your office door all goddamn day. Have fun with it. Do me a favor.
Be
Remember,
careful what you
they
wish
just
for.
start
Just
they
be
just
careful
start
what
coming
you
back.
wish for.
So yeah, I'm dying for that. Like we said, me and my other two counselors, they said we need to just go around in the classrooms and instigate between the
Just
5
go
or
start
6 people that
smacking
sit in the classroom. Yeah, like, oh, she rolled her eyes at you. Like, oh, did I need to come down? I'm asking for it. I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke. For real. If you at another school and you got smoke, bring it my way. I want all the smoke because things are not the same. So that's just number 2. Number 3. Now I know we partially brought it up last week, but some of y'all ladies, I'm not saying y'all on the panel, y'all fixated with this Ronald Isley thing with this damn beard that I don't think it's the same person that he got y'all calling him Zaddy and he's 79 years old. What's up with that?
How do you care about if some ladies like old Ron? What that got to do with you? Because this some shit that some of y'all
I
feel
feel like I'm
fixated about
detecting a
too.
little
like
bit of jealousy over
yeah, that
the
you need some counseling. One who cares.
I feel like it's a little bit of jealousy coming from David today about that beard.
Let me
He's still
finish.
talking about it. I mean, step your game up, David. If you want your beard to look like that, you got work to do. You have it too.
Look, his voice done went up. I flipped it and say, Brolic, yeah, you need counseling.
Y'all not letting me
You
finish.
mad
Y'all
about
not letting me
that.
finish
He
the
needs
point.
counseling on this one.
Y'all not letting me finish.
Okay, well,
So
go ahead and finish.
there's guys that see this, and all of a sudden they want the salt and pepper beards. They want the all gray beards. But prior to me, I've been having this stuff growing up since my late 30s, whatever, salt and pepper and all that. But I was always ridiculed. You need to shave it. You need to get some just for men, or whatever the case is. And I'm like, nah, you can't be father time. I'm not about to do the maintenance and be dyeing this beard. I'm 40-some years old with a jet black ass beard, and you already know that is great. So that ain't my issue. Ronald Isley, I'm before your time. I've been had this going on. You see
I
it?
mean, well, do you sing? Look, do you sing? You act like that man ain't got nothing else going on for him except for his beard. Like, it's a reason that women women that have whatever they call him has been doing that. Now, I don't know.
They've been sweating that beard.
Why they calling you Zaddy? Because you got the same beard.
That beard make him look younger. Because hell, before he had it, he was starting to look real old.
Yeah, he looked like a fool. Like without the beard, he looked like a fool.
Baby, you
He looked like somebody shaved a vulture.
For them guys,
some hair on
you know, guys make moves toward women when y'all say, "Oh, that salt and pepper look, or that gray look." Oh, it does it for me. He's debonair and all that stuff. So some guys who ridicule people who already had, you know, they graying and all that stuff. Then all of a sudden you say they're trying to focus on, damn, I need to get a gray beard. I need to do that. They need fucking counseling. They need counseling. They're not proud of the way they look.
The era of the insecure male is upon us, man. They come out the woodwork. I done seen so many posts about little dicks. I done seen so many posts. All the ones talking about that we shouldn't be dick shaming. Oh my God. It's the era of the insecure male, yo. I'm telling you, they up there with the bitter bitches and they coming out. Now my beard need to be different. Now, oh my God, that's who need counseling. Them insecure males, all of y'all that's on
That's
Facebook.
what I'm talking about.
Here.
That's what I'm talking
Y'all
about.
need some counseling. Jesus.
All right. Everybody decided to say wrong way. Wrong way. All right, good people. That's that. So that's the segment of who needs counseling. We're gonna get ready. We're gonna get out of here with our closing points, and we're gonna push forward. Herb, you're going the wrong way, but what's your closing comment?
You already know me. Growth and understanding the curse and prayer. And God speaks to you next time.
All right. Wrong way. Yeah, got to unmute that. Got to mute that shit. All right. Anybody else?
Oh, well, usually you call names. Y'all know what I say. Shit, check yourself more than you check other people, because you're the only one you can control. Fair exchange is no robbery, so stop being thieves out in this motherfucker. And karma's a bitch. Oh, and I have another one. Listen, the truth don't give a fuck about none of our feelings, include mine, and it's not always pretty. So the most I could do is be pretty when I give it to you. So, if your jaw gets tight about something, I say I was talking directly to you. That's just where I'm at with that.
All right. I ain't calling out names. I'm gonna give y'all a chance. I ain't calling y'all from the bottom of the stairs.
Thank you. I don't really have much, but good night, everybody. Have a good weekend. See y'all next time.
All right, Anita, be good. Be safe.
I mean, y'all already know.
Keep your raggedy ass over there because we taking care of shit over here.
What'd you say, Zach? What'd you say, Zach?
All right.
Oh man.
Go ahead.
Probably
ain't nothing hurt but a slap in the fucking face, huh?
Tell mama I
Don't
ain't gonna
nothing
never
hurt
forget
but
to
a
eat
lick,
the
and
dog.
to be honest with
never
yourself,
forget
because
it.
nobody likes a liar.
Eat the dog.
It's just that simple.
Yes, man.
And don't dig. What is it? While you digging one grave, you might as well dig two. But some people be stirring pots that don't need to be stirred. God know when to stay in your lane and stay out of shit.
Why won't
Y'all hear
mama
what she
just get
said?
on the computer? Why she won't just get on it? Just, mama, come on. We hear you.
Come say hello. Come say hello. So they know I'm not a damn ventriloquist throwing my voice and shit.
But
Hey,
for every
Mama
point,
J.
if you point at one person, three point back at you. What's up, everybody? See, I be acting crazy. Y'all be done put me off the panel. So it's better I stay standing in the back sometimes. That's why she be over here laughing.
Y'all think I'm bad?
Well, I'm glad you've been listening and you're enjoying it.
I love her. After she said eat the dog, that's all I needed.
Eat the dog, put it in the deep freezer.
Yep.
Stop.
Lakia!
There are no gray areas in matters of absolute truth.
You're going real deep. Going real
It is what it is.
deep.
Real deep. Truth. The truth is, ask me, I tell it to you.
All right.
Oh man.
That's my neighbor.
All right. So you already know what it is. And again, I'm going to keep on emphasizing that I enjoy the conversations and we learn different stuff each week about individuals. And, I ain't seen nobody crying on here, but we can laugh, we can cry, we can laugh. But the bottom line is to have these conversations and put them in the forefront. And many people might not understand the vision or whatever the case is. They may think like, oh, it don't matter or whatever the case is. But we know people lurking in, they watching. they hearing it and they saying things, whatever. They just, you know how it pop up and you say, oh, I don't want them to know I'm watching. But they're watching. So, and I appreciate all of you because like I said last week, all of y'all bring a dynamic stance to the broadcast. Just got to keep it going. And these conversations need to happen. I don't care what, they need to happen. And even if it don't change you totally, it's going to give you something to think about down the road. And I think that's the most important thing. So with that said, we out. See y'all on Monday for the next open court discussion. If y'all have anything or any topics, feel free to inbox and we'll go from there with some different talking points. So it don't always got to come from me. It always got to come from her. It can come from y'all because I respect and value y'all opinion. And y'all know y'all keep me laughing. And I laugh. It's not laughing at you. It's like laughing with you, like, because I enjoy, like, wow, some of y'all be hitting home on a lot of good points. So that's it. I'm out. It don't even matter because these kids are zombies. So I can go to bed at 4 or 5 in the morning and they will still be zombies. Oh, and
Oh. Huh? Yeah, I said you got 200 kids tomorrow. 200 zombies.
Yeah, it don't even matter. They're not. It's not the same. School is not the same anymore. I hope somebody come bust down my damn door and throw a chair in there, and I'm like, oh, wake up and like, the hell going on here?
Well, why don't you just throw a chair? Why don't you just throw one and wake them up and see how that do?
Listen, this is the best.
Really want them students to come through.
No, I really want to smoke. This is the
happy on the medication.
Yeah, this the
parents got a dose of teachers' lives is like and say, hell no, you getting this pill every day.
Oh, the teachers enjoying it.
Swallowing that pill, goddammit.
They're probably enjoying it, but they don't like the simple fact that they got to do virtual and you got 20 kids at home and you got to be in front of a computer screen and you got like 4 kids that's in there. But the best interaction I had covering the class, walked in and the kid like, yeah, I got PlayStation 6. I got PlayStation 7. I'm like, don't stop. There's no such thing as a PlayStation 6. It's only up to 5. And this is one of my 6th graders. You're like, no, I got playing. Then little Asian girls like, he's lying. And then I was like, 6 or 7. I said, so how did that work? He said, I got PlayStation 3. I got PlayStation 4. I put that together. I got 7. So that was about the best interaction I had in about a week, whatever.
He gonna make him a math problem.
Yeah, he made it.
That baby gonna make him a math problem.
He was definitely working it, getting up in somebody else's thing. I say, do remember 6 feet apart. And then he counted the steps, whatever. That's about the best interaction. Nah, that can't be for me. I want all the smoke. I need it. I think we all need it for stuff to go back in normal, but I don't know. We deal with it. That's all, ladies. I appreciate you all.
Well,
see you Monday.
Good talk.
Send me any burning desires you have, and I'll get with y'all on Monday.
You better shut your face talking about send you some burning desires. Whatever, Dave.
Whatever. I want all the smoke. I need smoke. I'm out. I need the smoke. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Nice.